Let's cut to the chase. Running a business without financial clarity is like driving a car blindfolded. Sure, you might get lucky and make it a few feet, but eventually you're going to hit something hard. And the worst part, most entrepreneurs don't even realize they're blindfolded until it's too late. They think if I just work harder, hustle more, or sell enough, the money will take care of itself.
But that's not how this works. If you don't have a clear picture of where your money is coming from, where it's going, and what it's doing for your business, you're not running a business. You're not running a business. You're playing a very expensive game of roulette. And folks, the house always wins. Let me ask you this. Have you ever sat down at the end of the month, looked at your bank account, and wondered where all the money went? Maybe you had a great sales month, but somehow you're still scrambling to pay the bills. Or maybe your revenue is steady, but your profits feel like they're on a permanent vacation. That's not just frustrating. It's dangerous, because here's the reality. Most businesses don't fail because of bad ideas. They fail because of bad finances. You could have the best product in the world, the most innovative service, or the most talented team. But if your financial foundation is a mess, your business is on borrowed time.
Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Dave, I'm an entrepreneur, not an accountant. I'm here to build things, not crunch numbers. And I get it. Most people don't start a business because they love spreadsheets or balance sheets. But here's the truth. If you're an entrepreneur, you're also the CFO of your business, whether you like it or not. And if you don't take that role seriously, no one else will. You can delegate tasks, but you can't delegate responsibility. It's your business. And at the end of the day, the buck stops with you. So what does financial clarity actually look like? It's about understanding the numbers that matter and using them to make smarter decisions. It's about knowing your revenue streams inside and out, not just how much money is coming in, but where it's coming from, how consistent it is, and what it costs to generate. It's about tracking your expenses religiously, not just the big ticket items like payroll and rent, but the little things that add up over time. And most importantly, it's about having a plan, because if you're just winging it with your finances, you're setting yourself up to fail.
Let me tell you a story. A few years ago, I met a guy who had built a successful landscaping business from the ground up. He was a hard worker, a great leader, and passionate about what he did. But despite bringing in solid revenue, he was constantly stressed about money. When we dug into his finances, the problem became clear. He had no system, no plan, and no clarity. He was spending money as fast as he made it, new equipment, marketing, experiments, unexpected expenses. And he had no idea where his profits were going. Once he started tracking his finances, creating a budget, and setting clear financial goals, everything changed. He went from surviving to thriving. And the best part, he wasn't just working hard, he was working smart. That's what I want for you. I want you to stop living in the dark when it comes to your finances and start running your business with the clarity and confidence it deserves. Because when you know your numbers, you can make decisions from a place of strength instead of fear.
You can invest in the right opportunities, avoid the wrong ones, and build a business that doesn't just survive, but thrives.
So here's my challenge to you. Take off the blindfold. Commit to getting clear on your finances, no matter how messy they might look right now. Start tracking every dollar that comes in and every dollar that goes out. Set aside time each week to review your numbers and see where you stand. And if you don't know where to start, don't be afraid to ask for help. There are resources, tools, and people out there who can guide you. Just don't make the mistake of thinking you can afford to ignore your finances any longer. Because here's the bottom line. Financial clarity isn't optional. It's the foundation of everything you're trying to build. Without it, your business is just a house of cards, one bad month away from collapse. But with it, you can create something truly extraordinary. A business that's strong, sustainable, and built to last. And the best part, when you take control of your finances, you take control of your future. Let's get to work. Let me tell you something straight. A business without a budget is a business on borrowed time. I know what some of you are thinking. Dave, I don't need a budget. I just need more sales. But let me ask you this. What good is more money if you don't know how to manage the money you've already got? More sales won't fix broken systems, and they won't save a business that's bleeding cash. If you're running your business without a budget, you're flying blind. And I don't care how good your instincts are. If you don't know where your money is going, it's only a matter of time before you crash. Here's the deal. A budget isn't just a piece of paper with numbers on it. It's a plan for your money, and it's the single most powerful tool you have to take control of your business finances. Without a budget, you're guessing. You're hoping, you're reacting to problems instead of preventing them. But with a budget, you're in the driver's seat. You're in the driver's seat. You're telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. That's the difference between running a business and letting your business run you. So, how do you create a budget for your business? It starts with one simple rule. Every dollar has a job, whether it's paying your employees, covering your rent, or investing in marketing. Every dollar that comes into your business needs to be assigned a purpose. If it's not accounted for, it's going to disappear. And trust me, when you start giving your money a job, you'll be amazed at how much more productive it becomes. Step one, figure out your income. How much money is your business bringing in every month? And I don't mean on a good month. I mean on average. Look at your revenue streams and figure out where your money is coming from. Is it steady or does it fluctuate? Are there certain months when your income is higher or lower? Understanding your income is the foundation of your budget, so don't skip this step. Step two, track your expenses. And I mean all your expenses: payroll, rent, utilities, supplies, marketing, insurance, the works. The goal here is to know exactly how much money your business needs to operate every month. This is your baseline. And here's the kicker. If your expenses are higher than your income, you've got a problem. It doesn't matter how passionate you are about your business or how much potential it has. If you're spending more than you're making, you're not going to survive. Period. Step three, prioritize. Not all expenses are created equal, and not everything your business spends money on is essential. Start by covering the basics, the things that keep your business running: your rent, your payroll, your utilities. These are your non-negotiables. After that, look at what's left and ask yourself, is this expense helping my business grow, or is it just eating up my profits? If it's not moving you forward, it's got to go. And listen, this isn't about being cheap. It's about being smart. Every dollar you save on unnecessary expenses is a dollar you can reinvest into your business or put toward your financial goal. Step four, plan for profit. This is where most business owners drop the ball. They budget for their expenses, but they don't budget for their profits. Let me tell you something. Profit isn't an accident. It doesn't just happen because you want it to. Profit is something you plan for. It's the money you set aside to pay yourself, to grow your business, or to build a safety net for the future. And if you're not intentionally planning for profit in your budget, it's not going to be there when you need it. Step five, stick to the plan. A budget is only as good as your commitment to it. It's not enough to make a budget. You've got to live by it. That means reviewing it regularly, tracking your progress, and adjusting as needed. Did you overspend in one area? Figure out why and fix it. Did you have a slow month? Look for ways to cut back and stay on track. A budget isn't set in stone. It's a living document that evolves with your business. But the key is to stay disciplined, because when you stick to your budget, you're not just managing your money, you're mastering it. Let me leave you with this. A budget isn't just a tool for your business. It's a tool for your dreams. It's the roadmap that takes you from where you are to where you want to be. Without it, you're just spinning your wheels, hoping things will get better. But with it, you're unstoppable. You're intentional. And you're building a business that doesn't just survive, but thrives. So what's it going to be? Chaos or clarity? Guesswork or a game plan? It's time to make your budget. Stick to it and take control of your business finances once and for all. Let's do this.
Let me be perfectly clear. Debt is the silent killer of small businesses. It doesn't matter how great your product is, how passionate your team is, or how much potential you think your business has. Debt is eating up your cash flow. It's going to choke the life out of your dream.
And the worst part?
Most entrepreneurs think debt is normal. They've bought into the lie that you need loans, lines of credit, and leases to grow your business.
But let me tell you something. Debt isn't a tool. It's a trap.
It's a noose around your business's neck. And the longer you let it hang there, the tighter it gets.
Here's the problem with debt. It steals your options. When you're carrying debt, your money isn't really yours. Every dollar you make is already spoken for before it even hits your account. You're not reinvesting in your business. You're not paying yourself, and you're certainly not building wealth. You're just making payments month after month, year after year. And for what?
Building you can't afford. Shiny new piece of equipment you didn't need. Marketing campaign you weren't ready for. Debt doesn't build businesses. It buries them.
Now, I know what some of you are thinking. But Dave, debt is just part of doing business. Everybody uses it. And you're right. Debt is common. But common doesn't mean smart. If you want to run your business like everyone else, go ahead and borrow your way into oblivion. But if you want to build a business that's strong, stable, and built to last, you've got to break free from the cycle of debt and start running your business with cash. So how do you get there? How do you ditch the debt and take back control of your business finances? It starts with a decision. You've got to decision.
Right.
You've got to decide right here, right now, that you're done letting debt dictate your future. No more loans. No more credit cards. No more lease agreements you can't afford. You're going to operate your business on cash, and you're going to make it work no matter what. That's step one, a mindset shift. Because as long as you believe debt is a necessary evil, you'll never be free of it. Step two is to take a hard, honest look at your current debt. What do you owe to whom? What are the interest rates? What are the interest rates? What are the terms? Write it all down. Every loan, every credit card balance, every lease payment. It might be painful, but you can't fix what you don't face. Once you've got the full picture, it's time to attack. Start with the smallest debt and throw every extra dollar you can at it until it's gone. Then move on to the next one and the next one until you've wiped out every single debt your business owes. This is what I call the debt snowball, and it works because it builds momentum. Every time you pay off a debt, you get a little win, and that win gives you the motivation to keep going. While you're working your way out of debt, you got to stop adding to the problem. Cut up the credit cards. Cancel the lines of credit. If you can't afford to pay for something in cash, you can't afford to pay for something in cash. You can't afford it. Period. This is where the discipline comes in. It's not easy to say no to new opportunities or tighten your belt when you're used to spending freely, but it's necessary. Because every time you choose cash over credit, you're taking a step closer to freedom.
And let's talk about what happens when you finally break free from debt. Suddenly, your business isn't just surviving, it's thriving. The money you were sending to lenders every month is now staying in your business. You can reinvest it in the things that truly matter. Growing your team, improving your products, serving your customers. You're no longer making decisions out of fear or desperation because you're not drowning in payments. You're operating from a place of strength with the freedom to say yes to the right opportunities and no to the wrong ones. That's what financial freedom looks like, and that's what I want for you. Now, I know some of you are thinking, Dave, that sounds great, but I've got so much debt, I don't even know where to start. And I get it. Getting out of debt isn't easy. It's going to take time, effort, and a whole lot of grit. But let me tell you something. It's worth it. Every sacrifice you make, every tough decision you face, every payment you knock out, it's all leading you toward a business that's stronger, more profitable, and more secure than you ever thought possible. Let me leave you with this. Debt is a choice. It's not something that happens to you. It's something you allow. And just like you can choose to take on debt, you can choose to take on debt. You can choose to get rid of it. You have the power to change your business's financial future. The question is, will you keep making excuses or will you make a plan? Will you keep playing the debt game or will you take the hard road to freedom? The choice is yours. But let me tell you, there's nothing more powerful, more exciting, or more liberating than running a business that's completely 100 debt free. Let's get to work. If there's one thing that can make or break your business faster than anything else, it's cash flow. Cash flow is the lifeblood of your business. It's the fuel that keeps the engine running.
Without it, you're dead in the water. No sales, no growth, no survival.
And yet, too many entrepreneurs treat cash flow like an afterthought.
They're so busy chasing revenue or cutting costs that they forget to pay attention to the one thing that matters most. How much money is actually moving in and out of the business every day? Let me tell you, if you don't master your cash flow, it will master you.
And trust me, you don't want to be at the mercy of your money.
Here's the deal. A profitable business can still fail if it doesn't have positive cash flow. You could have the best product, the most loyal customers, and the highest margins in the world. But if your cash isn't flowing in the right direction, if you're spending more than you're bringing in, you're in trouble. Cash flow is what keeps the lights on, pays your team, and funds your growth. It's not just about what's on paper. It's about what's in your bank account when you need it. Because bills don't wait, payroll doesn't wait, and emergencies don't wait.
And if your cash isn't there when you need it, you're going to be scrambling. That's not running a business. That's surviving.
So how do you manage your cash flow like a pro? It starts with visibility. You can't fix what you don't understand. So the first step is to know exactly where your cash is coming from and where it's going. This means tracking every dollar that flows in and out of your business. Not just monthly, but weekly or even daily if things are tight. You need to know your income streams. Are they consistent?
Are they seasonal? Are there gaps between when you invoice customers and when you actually get paid? Then look at your expenses. Which ones are fixed? Which ones are fixed? Which ones are variable? And which ones can be reduced or eliminated?
When you understand your cash flow, you're no longer flying blind. You're in control. Next, you need a plan. And by a plan, I don't just mean a vague idea of make more money and spend less. I mean a detailed, proactive strategy for managing your cash. Start by building a buffer. Just like you need an emergency fund in your personal finances, your business needs a cushion of cash to handle unexpected expenses. Aim for at least 3 months of operating expenses saved up in a separate account.
That way, if a client is late paying an invoice or a piece of equipment breaks down, you're not panicking. You're prepared.
But it's not just about saving. It's also about timing. One of the biggest mistakes business owners make is not aligning their cash inflows with their outflows. If your bills are due on the 1st, but your revenue doesn't come in until the 15th, you've got a problem. The solution: adjust your payment terms. Negotiate with vendors to extend your payment deadlines or offer discounts to customers who pay early. And if you're dealing with large invoices, consider splitting them into smaller, more manageable payments to keep cash flowing consistently. Now let's talk about cutting waste. Cash flow isn't just about making more money. It's about keeping more of what you already have. Take a hard look at your expenses and ask yourself, is this really necessary? Are you spending money on subscriptions you don't use? Are you overpaying for services or tools that aren't delivering results? Are you carrying too much inventory that's tying up your cash? Be ruthless. Every dollar you save is a dollar that stays in your business, ready to be used for something that actually matters.
And here's a pro tip. Don't forget about your receivables. Unpaid invoices are one of the biggest cash flow killers for small businesses. If you're not getting paid on time, you're essentially giving your customers an interest. Free loan, and that's not sustainable. Implement a clear, consistent collections process. Send invoices promptly, follow up regularly, and don't be afraid to enforce penalties for late payments. Your business isn't a charity, and your cash flow shouldn't depend on someone else's bad habits. But managing cash flow isn't just about avoiding problems. It's about creating opportunities. When your cash flow is strong, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. You're able to invest in new equipment, hire the right people, and take on new projects without the constant fear of running out of money. You're able to focus on growing your business instead of putting out financial fires. That's the freedom cash flow gives you, and that's the kind of business I want you to build. Let me leave you with this. Cash flow isn't just a number on a spreadsheet. It's the heartbeat of your business. When it's strong and steady, your business is alive, healthy, and ready to grow. But when it's weak or erratic, everything else suffers. The good news is you have the power to control it. By tracking your cash, planning ahead, cutting waste, and staying disciplined, you can take control of your cash flow and in turn your business's future. So what are you waiting for? It's time to stop reacting to cash flow problems and start managing your money like a pro. Let's make it happen. Let me ask you something. Are you growing your business or are you just spending money? Because there's a big difference between the two. A lot of entrepreneurs think they're investing in their business when what they're really doing is throwing money at shiny objects and calling it growth. But here's the deal. Real growth isn't about how much you spend. It's about how wisely you spend. It's about making strategic decisions that move your business forward, not just make it look good on the outside. And if you're not careful, you can spin yourself right into the ground in the name of expansion. Here's the hard truth. Not every opportunity is a good opportunity. Not every new gadget, software, or marketing idea is worth your time and money.
Just because something sounds exciting or trendy doesn't mean it's the right move for your business.
Real growth comes from focusing on what actually works, what creates value for your customers, improves efficiency, or increases your bottom line. And let me tell you, that kind of growth requires discipline.
It requires you to say no to good ideas so you can say yes to the best ones.
So how do you invest wisely in your business? First, you've got to know your numbers. If you don't have a clear picture of your revenue, your expenses, and your profit margins, you have no business making major investments. You can't make smart decisions if you don't know what you can afford or what kind of return you need to make it worthwhile. This is where your budget comes in. Your budget isn't just about keeping the lights on. It's about giving you the data you need to grow your business strategically. Before you spend a single dollar, ask yourself, does this fit into my budget? Will it bring a measurable return? And is it aligned with my long-term goals? Next, focus on investing in areas that drive real results. One of the best investments you can make is in your team. Your people are your most valuable asset. And when you invest in their growth, your business grows with them. This doesn't mean throwing money at every new hire or offering raises you can't afford. It means building a team of skilled, motivated individuals who share your vision and are committed to helping your business succeed. Invest in training, mentorship, and tools that make your team more effective. Because when your people are equipped to do their jobs well, the whole business wins. Another smart investment, your systems and processes. If your business is running on chaos, it's time to fix it. Invest in tools and technologies that streamline your operations, save you time, and reduce errors. But, and this is important, don't overcomplicate it. You don't need the fanciest, most expensive software on the market. You need systems that work for your specific business and your specific need. Keep it simple, keep it practical, and make sure every tool you invest in is actually solving a problem. not just adding another layer of complexity.
Now let's talk about marketing. Marketing is essential for growth, but it's also one of the easiest places to waste money. A flashy campaign that doesn't convert isn't an investment. It's a liability. So before you spend a dime on advertising, make sure you've done your homework. Who is your target audience? What do they actually care about? And how can you reach them in a way that's both effective and cost efficient? Focus on strategies that have a proven track record and a clear return on investment. And remember, consistency beats creativity. A steady, strategic marketing plan will outperform a one-time stunt every single time.
And here's a big one. Invest in your customer experience. It's a lot cheaper to keep a loyal customer than it is to find a new one. And happy customers are your best marketing tool.
Look for ways to improve your service, simplify your processes, and exceed expectations. Whether it's faster delivery times, better communication, or a more user-friendly website, small improvements can have a big impact. When your customers feel valued and cared for, they'll stick around and they'll bring their friends. But here's the thing about investing in your business. It's not just about spending money. It's about spending time, energy, and focus on the things that truly matter. Growth isn't just about what you buy. It's about what you build. It's about creating a business that's sustainable, scalable, and aligned with your values. And that takes more than money. It takes vision, discipline, and a willingness to do the hard work. Let me leave you with this. Growth isn't about looking successful. It's about being successful. It's not about keeping up with the competition or impressing your peers. It's about building a business that works for you, your team, and your customers. A business that creates real value and leaves a lasting impact. So before you make your next investment, ask yourself, is this helping me grow wisely, or is it just feeding my ego? Because real growth isn't flashy. It's intentional. It's focused, and it's worth every bit of effort it takes to get there. Let's grow wisely.
What's the real purpose of your business? Seriously, take a moment and think about it.
Is it just to make money, to pay the bills, to build a life you've always wanted for yourself and your family? Sure, those are all great reasons to start a business, but they can't be the only reasons. Because if all you're chasing is the next paycheck or the next big sale, you're missing the bigger picture. Your business isn't just about today. It's about tomorrow. It's about building something that lasts. Something that lasts. Something that leaves a mark. That's what legacy is all about. And if you're not thinking about your legacy, you're not thinking big enough. Here's the truth. Your business is a platform. It's a tool you can use to create opportunities, solve problems, and make a difference, not just in your life, but in the lives of others. But here's the catch. A meaningful legacy doesn't happen by accident. It takes intention. It takes planning. And it takes a willingness to look beyond the day. Today, grind and ask yourself the tough questions. What do I want to leave behind? How do I want my business to impact my family, my community, and the world? And what steps am I taking right now to make that vision a reality? Let's start with your family. For many entrepreneurs, their business is their family's lifeline. It pays the mortgage, puts food on the table, and funds their kids' education. But if your business is your family's greatest asset, are you protecting it the way you should? Do you have systems in place to ensure that your business can survive, even thrive, without you? Do you have a plan for passing it on to the next generation or selling it when the time comes? Too many business owners pour their heart and soul into their work for years, only to see it fall apart when they step away. Don't let that be your story. Start planning now for how your business can outlive you, whether that means grooming a successor, creating a succession plan, or building enough value to sell it for a legacy-worthy payoff. But your legacy isn't just about your family. It's about your team, the people who show up every day to help you build your dream. Are you creating a culture that values them, invests in them, and treats them with respect? Because let me tell you, your employees aren't just a cost line on your budget. They're human beings
with their own dreams, goals, and challenges. When you take care of your team, they take care of your customers. And when you take care of your customers, your business thrives. It's a ripple effect, and it starts with you. So ask yourself, I leading in a way that inspires loyalty and trust. I paying my team what they're worth? Am I giving them opportunities to grow and succeed? Because that's how you build a business people want to be part of. That's how you create a legacy that's bigger than yourself.
And then there's your community. Whether you realize it or not, your business has the power to change the world around you. Are you using that power wisely? Are you using that power wisely? Are you creating jobs, supporting local causes, or giving back in meaningful ways? Or are you so focused on your bottom line that you've forgotten about the people outside your walls? Listen, I'm not saying you need to donate half your profits to charity or solve every problem in your city.
But I'm saying that your business has the potential to do more than just make money. It can be a force for good. It can be a force for good. It can inspire others. It can leave a mark. And that's what legacy is all about.
Let me tell you a story. I once met a small business owner who ran a bakery in a small town. She wasn't a millionaire. She wasn't a millionaire. She wasn't trying to build an empire. But every Friday, she would take leftover bread and pastries and deliver them to a local homeless shelter. Over time, she started hiring people from that shelter to work in her bakery, giving them a chance to rebuild their lives. Her business wasn't just a source of income. It was a source of hope.
And that's what I want you to think about.
What's your version of that story? What's the thing your business can do that's bigger than you?
But here's the thing. Legacy doesn't just happen at the end of your career. It's something you build every single day. It's in the decisions you make, the way you treat people, and the values you live out in your work. It's in the way you handle challenges, celebrate victories, and push through setbacks. It's in the culture you create, the opportunities you provide, and the impact you leave behind. And most importantly, it's in the example you set for your family, your team, and everyone who looks up to you. So here's my challenge to you. Start thinking about your legacy today. Don't wait until you're ready to retire or sell your business. Don't wait until you've made it. Start now. Write down what you want your business to stand for. Create a plan to protect it, grow it, and use it as a tool for good. And remember, a legacy isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's about taking the small, consistent steps that add up to something big. Because at the end of the day, your business isn't just a paycheck. It's a platform. It's a chance to build something that lasts, something that matters, something that inspires others to dream bigger and do better. That's the power of a legacy. And it's yours to create. So what are you waiting for? Let's start building. Let's start building. Let's leave a mark. Let's create something that truly matters. The world is waiting for what you have to offer. Let's make it count.